call it a pen.
Right.
Because the original feather came from the female swan.
Okay.
The female swan is a pen.
Okay, fine.
So in the case of pass the pen feather, it's got reduced down to pass the pen. What you do is you follow the curvature of the feather down.
Yeah.
It sits comfortable in your hand. And use the very sharp knife, you'd create your nib.
Yeah.
What kind of knife do you think you'd use?
Pen knife.
A pen knife.
Come on. Come on.
That's my pen knife.
Okay, mate, fine.
What it is you find a knife in your home
Yeah.
that's particularly suited to a task,
Yeah.
and you put it to one side. That would become your pen making knife, or your pen knife. What we think of a pen knife today is this.
One of them.
That's 100 years into my future.
Right.
So,
Yeah, stick to what you know.
yeah. I travelled into the future to get this for
Of
demonstration
course.
purposes.
Yeah, of course.
Now, the thing is, you see it on TV and film all the time. People writing away, you know, they've got the quill pen.
Just a little dib dab dab.
Yeah, it's called a dip pen because you've got to continually dip it.
Yeah, of course.
But it's highly romanticised. Although it was used, it wasn't used as often as people think.
Right.
Mostly, you would use reed. You'd use basic reed pen. The beautiful thing about this, it's got a soft absorbent chorus reed.
Yeah.
So that holds things. But you could have a broad nib on one end and a narrow nib on the other.
Yeah.
So you could use your broad nib for doing your capital letters, then turn it round and use your fine nib to carry on writing.
Like a Sharpie.
Yeah,
Yeah, nice, mate.
yeah.
Well, there's several types of hemp plant. Most well known, of course, is marijuana. But you'd make hemp sails, hemp clothing, paper from hemp, the American Declaration of Independence.
How you doing?
Yeah, well, could be used for chopping firewood. It's not really.
Sewing all the sections and pages together.
Okay.
And then once you've got it all sewn up, sewing onto a cord, which is going to give strength to the spine. And it also forms a part of the actual binding itself. So when you put the cover
together again, which is what the duck is doing when it's grooming itself. And that's exactly
Oh,
what
you
the
can
sheep
see
do.
that, yeah.
Of course, the sheep
So
don't.
that cord has gone into the cover,
That's why we have to
opened
cut
up
sheep
in
all
there
every year because
and glued
otherwise it
down
will
onto the front
overgrow.
cover board.
And eventually
So
it
if
will
the
cover
hinge
sheep to the
breaks,
extent where the
that
sheep
cover
won't be
won't
able to bend its head down
yeah.
to
So it
feed.
gives you the
It
strength.
won't be able to
Now the
move.
whole lot
and
is then
it will
bound
just
over an
basically
account.
starve to death. So
Very nice.
Everywhere, like, is it all just one
Yeah, you can
area?
see the
I'll do this with the sealed knot when the sealed knot's got an event near me. Yes,
feel the ridges, can't you?
Yeah.
We done that, didn't we? We made one of them.
yeah,
Very nice, mate.
Yeah, we made one.
What sort of paper is that? Like hemp paper?
No, it's normal machine made.
Normal. Fine. Yeah, lovely, mate.
So all the tools here, they're all, if a 6th century monk walked through,
Yeah.
he'd recognise what they were and understand what they were all used for. And they're all borrowed from different trades, and it's just a case of, it's a tool that does the job I need it for.
No, it's pre-knitting.
Pre-knitting.
Yeah, this is all the stages of wool before it's actually ready to go on the spinning wheel.
Okay.
So, what colour is the sheep?
the sheep I'm picturing is black.
Well, you get black sheep or you get white sheep. That's what most people say are white sheep.
Yeah.
And they're usually sort of white and fluffy. They look like that.
Of course.
But when they come off the field, they pretty much look like that. That's in that first pile there.
Okay.
And that is wool that's come straight off the sheep without being any treaty or anything.
Yes.
You can spin it from that and it will look like that, but it's very dirty, very greasy, and it's a bit unpleasant really. That's how it used to be done. Nowadays we wash it. I like it washed. It's much nicer.
Yeah.
Once it's been washed, we've still got all the little curly bits in it from some of the sheep. So we like to have to comb that out, and for that we use carders. It's called carders, and you gently stroke it like that to get it all going in the same direction, and then you just roll it off and you make little row legs, which are the little rolls, and you end up with something like that, which has got all the fluff going in the same direction, makes it easy to spin.
How does it knot itself together so it's like one continuous? Is it a yarn?
It is, yeah. What it is if you look at it under one of these modern things with a microscope,
Okay, yeah.
it's actually got little tiny hooks on it.
Oh, like a barb.
Yeah, and they want to join together, and that's because this is actually originally the underfluff of the sheep. They had a double coat, and this is the underfluff. So we wanted to keep that, but we didn't want the outer coat because it wasn't much good for anything. So we kept that one, and that's the one that kept them warm, and it keeps us warm now, and it keeps it warm by interlocking all the fibres.
Right.
So it actually wants to join onto itself quite easily. So all I have to do is just get another piece like that, and just put the two together. And it just grows. And all I'm doing there is I'm controlling how much is going through by using my thumb and finger. So the more I pull off, the more I can let through. If I let it go, it will just spin. So I'm controlling how thick it is, how thin it is, by using my thumb. It's a bit thicker there, so. And that's all there is to it, really.
And that's all there is to it.
That's all there is to it. Unless you want me to start talking about niddy-noddies and skeins.
I like the look of the machine. What do you reckon, mate? Not bad?
That's called a niddy-noddy.
Is that a niddy-noddy?
That's a niddy-noddy. Once I've got that full up, that'll get quite thick, be about that thick all the way through. It needs to be put on something to be stretched. So I use that, hold it like that, tie one in, and then I just wrap it round and round. As you see, it's going up and down.
Yes.
It's knidding and nodding. That's why it's called a niddy-noddy.
Is that so it don't get tangled, I suppose?
Yeah, and that's what makes the skeins, which is the twisted ones there. From that, once it's been stretched for a couple of days, I can make it into a ball. I can sell you a ball of wool, but if you look at a ball of wool, you don't know what's actually in there. You have to take it on face value that I've actually sold you a ball of wool.
Not just an outer.
I might have concealed a nut or a pebble or something inside that.
Yeah.
You can't see that. Whereas if you buy a skein from me, you can see the skein, you can see the quality of the wool and all that sort of thing, but you can't see that one. And also these roll around.
Yeah.
It's much easier to transport it in a skein than it is to transport it in a ball.
Very true.
That's kids like playing with it as well.
That was what I was thinking.
Yeah, kids do have a tendency to pick it up and play with it. So.
Yeah. And these are your scissors?
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't actually shear the sheep, I get somebody else to do it. But the shears for the shearing of the sheep, they haven't changed. They haven't changed. Yeah, they haven't changed since Roman times.
No.
So if a Roman came here to see those and know exactly what they were for, but every village would have had a smith, and every smith would have made them slightly differently. So you could go from one village to the next and they would be slightly longer in the blade, wider in the blade, maybe the handle would be a slightly different shape. They're all individually made.
Yeah. That was cool. No, thank you very much for showing me.
So, briefly doing the coffee. So, once you finish, these are unroasted coffee beans.
Okay, yeah.
Roasted, remnants of the ones I roasted up this morning. The bowl was nice and full.
Then what will you...
Tomorrow morning, what we'll do, we'll put them in a bag.
There's no more.
And it sits in the pan all day, busy steeping. So, coffee all day. Further interest. What are they? That's salt. Rock salt. Being brought across. Anything else you're interested in that you can see or not too sure about?
What got? What do you think that cinnamon. Not cinnamon, try it.
And it leaks, so hence the bucket underneath that we can keep recycling the water.
So you pour the water in there with
Yeah,
that.
there's water up about there.
Yeah.
Then it lubricates the wheel.
Yeah. do you do, mate? 5 per axe?